Okay, so how do we set this little one up? This is quite a nice little mod to this aircraft now. There's some more changes been made. You can now create your own custom flight plans. You can also do holding patterns. Today we're going to do a quick short flight from SAMOS. Some really good scenery from Zany Studios. In fact, we'll have a quick look around before we go. I'll put a link in the description to where you can buy this scenery. The developer has very kindly donated a copy so I can show everybody what it looks like. Okay, we'll have a quick look round and then we'll set the aircraft up to go. So we'll, whenever I'm looking around, that's a bit fast. Let's just slow down this camera a little. I like to have a look, start at the entrance and then work around the perimeter and then go from there. So, as we get the car park and the entrance to the airport, looks quite nice. Let's just go in the front. Oh, a little bit stuttery. Oh, there we go. Then we've got the check-in area. Through the doors to the departures. Oops, gone the wrong way. And then into security. And then we can go, oh, that's outside, gone too far. And we've got the main departure area here, which all looks very smart, very nice. So we'll have a quick look around the perimeter. It all looks very nice. I love seeing the tyre marks on the runway actually, quite authentic. It's quite nice when you're coming into land. I've actually been on holiday to SAMOS and Rhodes, really good. Lovely place to go. This time of year is not too great, but there we go. And fueling area. Let's have a quick look. I noticed earlier there was like a basketball court or something. I don't remember seeing that. There's a good baggage area. There's a fire engine service. Yeah, there's like a basketball court. Look, I don't remember seeing that when I landed at Samos. Then the baggage chute. Well, that comes down. Cool. All right, that's a quick look at the airport itself. What actually that control tower looks like? You can go inside that. Yeah, that's smart. I like that. That's awesome. That is. Very good detail from Samos. Right, let's jump back inside of the cockpit and let's get this little baby set up. Okay, so for anybody that hasn't used the CRJ before, I'll go through very basic setup. Battery on by clicking here up. Avionics down, which will give you just the FMC to come alive. From there, we will click pause in it and we will click across, copy our position and paste it in. Now we're going to click index. Now you would normally go in here by clicking next and go mod set, put your sim brief ID in. Show you there's mine. And other controls and things that you want doing in here. Cabin lights dim, I think that speaks for itself. Your sim ID goes there. Imperial or metric. I want metric. Ground power unit off or on. Here you go, it stopped bleeping for the battery now. And hide the yoke, yes or no. Flight plan sync, what that does, that enables you to sync the flight plan that's imported from SimBrief with Microsoft Flight Simulator. This mod has its own flight planning software. It does not use a SOBO system, so it won't work with the inbuilt ATC. This option enables you to sync your flight plan from SimBrief with the ATC in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is a bit buggy and it's not fantastic, but I don't use that anyway. I prefer to use VATSIM. So I'm going to click index. From index, we will click next and route menu and flight plan recall from SimBrief. It's now going to load in our plan. And from that point, we will click execute. Departure, just to remind myself, we are going from, I can't remember, number 9 on a lark, D. And we are going to click departure again. And we're going to arrive on a ILS Zulu on the Codic Delta arrival, and we will execute that. Now that's what's really important with this, and don't forget to do this, otherwise you will get problems on your flight. As you click legs, click next, you will see you've got a waypoint duplicated. Click on one, paste it over the other, click execute. If you don't do that, you will have problems. The next point, you'll see you've got, just like in old P3D days, you've got a disco here, so we need to click next. Need to click our Rhodes VOR and paste that over there and execute that. So we will have a nice tidy flight plan, and I can actually show you the plan on here in a bit. So next job, we're going to click on flight plan. We're going to click on performance. Next part is I'll do my fuel. The fuel on the flight plan today is 989, so we will drop that down to 967. 993 is close enough. So 230 is our flight level. Now on our flight plan, we can put all of our passenger weight in. What I find is easy to do now is just go on to the 0 fuel weight and type, on my plan is 5670, and just paste that in. And okay, 5660, I think actually I've just mistyped it, yes I have. Okay, take off. We can see that the runway is 9 because we've already set that. We know it's dry, we know it's not raining, we can see outside. We just need to get our meta and pop that information in. So our weather at SAMOS right now is, the wind is 160 at 12. That will now tell us we're taking off with a headwind of 4 knots and a crosswind of 10 knots. Okay, so our temperature is 17 degrees. QNH is 1016. Paste that in. We're going to click next and we're going to click send. That will push those V speeds through. Now I'm actually going to set our descent up as well, our arrival, sorry, as because it's a short flight today. So I'm going to click performance, approach, and our arrival weather is as follows. The wind in Rhodes is 150 at 4 knots. Temperature in Rhodes is 18 degrees. Okay, and the QNH in Rhodes is 1016 also. So when we land, we can see we've got a crosswind of 3 degrees. Okay, we can click send again, and that's it in terms of that. So, a couple of things to set up as well. Nav lights on, beacon lights on. I'm going to give some lights here, and we're going to start our engines. Now you can do a dual engine start on this aircraft, or you can do one then the other. High flight simmer. We click engine start on both. Now you see the battery ampers come on because the minute I try to start the engines, it disconnects the GPU. Now I just need to make sure the pitch trim is set so that the arrow is in the middle of the green, which is done. Engines are starting really nicely. Seatbelt lights on. Now on your ND display you can set this up as you like, and then you can hold down a number on the memory and store it. So I've stored mine with the radar on, P position on, and also the FMS text, which is done on there. I'm going to pop my pitot static heat on. I'm going to turn on the climate control, turn the fans down a bit because they're a little bit noisy. The air source is normal. Avionics will now switch up twice. And now the last part before we get ready to go is flight directors on, 1 and 2. FLC for climb, in fact we'll come back to that. We're going to do altitude, we're just going to dial in our flight level, which I think was 230. I'll double check it in just a second. Really short flight today. Right, we've got 230 set. I am just going to double check on my flight plan to make sure I've got that right, which I have. Okay, so we've now initiated FLC, and we're going to put in the best climb speed, which is 240. So FLC is flight level control, and that will pitch the aircraft to keep the speed at whatever you've dialed in here and climb. Be mindful, it's not an auto throttle, and you will see me cock this up a few times on this flight, whereas I overspeed because I do forget. So we're going to go 240. Also going to switch on nav, which will switch on our LNAV. Not going to switch on VNAV yet. Because it's a short flight, I'm going to set the minimums. So if I just go and get them off the flight plan for the approach, the minimums are 220. So going to scroll down with this dial here. Barrow is the only one that works. We're going to click on that and we're going to dial in 220. Check, that is now done. I think we're about ready to go. This scenery does look really sweet, actually. Okay, so what we are going to do is we'll switch on taxi mode, and we're going to go to, I'm on the arrival airport, bear with me, there we go, and we're going out of runway 9. So this tells me I need to travel from my gate down and backtrack and take off. Now, because this aircraft could take off the back of a stump, I'm not going to backtrack. I'll be able to take off from this point here. Hey, Darren, yeah, this mod is lovely. You can actually, just to show you a new feature that's gone live last couple of days, if you click index now and hold, if I look at on here, we can see we can actually choose a waypoint. Now if there's a publish hold, it'll already be on here, and you can now program your holding patterns in. Brilliant for VATSIM. Let me just actually LGRP for Rhodes. Let's have a quick look. Rhodes Diagros, let's have a look at the star. We're coming in on is a codec. I think it's that one. Let's have a look. I'm sorry, you probably can't see my screen, so right. So the holding pattern is over Rhodes VOR. So because I've clicked that, I can just click into Rhodes and paste it in there, and it's already got the publish holding, and it will automatically assign that. I'm just going to cancel it because I don't want to do that today. I just wanted to show you what's gone on to this mod. So it's pretty much ready to go. Yeah, this is finally fully flyable on VATSIM for events and things. You can also now do custom waypoints as well. So again, I won't do it, but if I wanted to, when I take off, if I wanted to put a waypoint at, so when I go, I would say, well, I want to put a waypoint north of the runway. Let's say, I think I might get this wrong, I've not done this, but I can go RW 0, no it's not that, it's, sorry, LGSM, which is the airport code, / 270 degrees / 5 nautical miles. Now I can put a slash and label it. If I could just tap that into here, and it's now, can you see on here, Darren, it's now added a waypoint in on here at 270 degrees from the airport, so I can do custom waypoints now as well. I am going to cancel that back out because I don't actually want that. So let's push. I am a bit ropey landing this thing, I'm not going to lie, I do bounce it a bit. Oh, was it in the way? I could show you that again then if you like. Let me just stop the pushback. And then what I will do for just a minute is turn off. I click on the right box. I've turned off the navi, so what I'll show you again. So let's say I wanted to create a custom waypoint 10 nautical miles from Samos Airport to the north. What I would do in here now is I can now type in LGSM / 360 / now how far north do I want it? Let's say 10 nautical miles. And let's say I want to call the waypoint Simon. Now I place that where I want it, and it's now created that waypoint on my flight plan. Nice and easy as such, but I am going to cancel it because I don't want it there. Did you see it better that time, Martin? Hopefully you did. And at that point, I'll switch on the EFB again, and we will push. Okay, flaps 15. So yeah, not only can you create your own custom waypoints, you can now fly a published holding pattern. You can also create your own holding pattern. That built in with the working VNAV profile. This aircraft is pretty much there. It's still got some limitations, but it's got its own autopilot away from Asobo, its own flight planner away from Asobo. Yeah, pretty damn good in my opinion. Okay, parking brake off. Now this scenery is by Zany Studios. You can grab it off Sim Market, and I've popped a link in the description. I'll answer that question. Let me just stop the push and go back inside the cockpit. So if you're flying an airport that doesn't have published approaches, you can create a downwind leg, a base leg, really easy with your own custom waypoints just by typing in the ICAO code, the bearing and how many miles you want it. So you can actually create your own approach and the aircraft will fly it. Secondly, you may have ATC say cross Rhodes 10 miles before you cross Rhodes, be at 2,500. I've never been given that instruction before, but if they do, you could actually program this to put a waypoint in 10 miles before Rhodes, and then you can actually set a constraint on here as well at that point, so that the VNAV will bring you across 10 miles before you get it. So it depends how complex you want to get. I've never been given instructions like that on VATSIM, but Darren listening in will more than likely stitch me up the next time I'm online and give me something like that. Okay, let's just jump. Now, if you can see the EFB in the top corner, you can see that the map states, but I need to backtrack at runway 9. I apologise if the scenery is a little bit jumpy. I've got it in 4K and my frames are a little bit wobbly at the minute. Oh, I've got a little problem with my rudder here. It's pulling me left. Let me just see if I can reset it. I'm just going to test if I can do a straight line. Just bear with me. Right, I'm going straight. I think I've sussed out what it is. It's my Xbox joystick causing the problem because it's vibrating like mad. And then it's affected the sensibility. Let me just have a look at what's going to happen. Right, unplug it. You can see I'm pulling off massively to the left. I just need to correct that before we take off. If it will let me. Nope, it's not going to let me. I'm not taking off like that with my rudder stuck like that, for God's sake. I might just need to find a control to recenter the rudder. No, it doesn't want to center. Apologies for me rolling all over the place here. I'm just trying to fix this. Ah, have we? Or are we still pulling? No, we're still pulling. Okay. Xbox joysticks cause right problems if you knock them. So controls, keyboard, see if we can find a fix to center the rudder. Rudder. Toggle auto rudder. Center, number 5 key. Let's just change that. Clear current input. The space is already used. Right, that's set. I don't want to mess with that. Right, center center rudder. That's the one I think I need as well. Validate. Fingers crossed I can sort it so we can get going. Apologies for the slight delay. Hi bus driver, hope you're well, bud. Let's just take off the parking brake. Give it a bit of welly. If we're still pulling to the left, it's going to be a pain in the arse for takeoff. Can't really tell now. We're not on VATSIM today. I'm just doing a quick test flight of this new one. We are still pulling quite vigorously. For the sake of the stream, I'll take off anyway, and I'll just have to hold the rudder over, so it might be a bit of a messy takeoff. See if we can correct it before we go. You can probably see out on that centre line how it's pulling. Okay, we'll just have to hold the rudder over. Okay, and V1, rotate. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. We have shot up rather quickly though. Let's just pitch trim that in a bit. Gear up. Flaps up. Just trying to sort this pitch trim. Okay, and autopilot on. And we go to climb thrust. Don't know why my frames are a bit low. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Okay, so we could see that Rhodes is 344 nautical miles away. We'll just pop the wing icing on for a bit. Okay, and now we can go to standard pressure. Okay, over 10,000, and we'll turn our landing lights off. And whilst we climb, let's have a quick look at our arrival. So the ILS frequency is 110.3. Let's just make sure that's tunes, which it isn't. So 110.3. And then make sure our legs page is all set, which is all fine. Well, we've actually got a waypoint missing here, I think, so we should, from ODS, we should have a DO6 to Oscar. Let's just make sure that approach is set actually. Approach. Okay, so let's have a look at the legs page now. That's what it was wrong. Got it. So on here we'll go lower menu and we'll change this to plan. What we can now do is push the MFD advance button and go next waypoint. Actually, we take the range out of this.
Altitude.
Well, the plan mode's not working on there. Oh, there it is. Right, so we just need to watch our speed now because this is where I forget we've got a manual throttle. Now we'll pop our VNAV button on and just drop our speed down a little. Okay, so what we can now do on here is push performance, VNAV, monitor, and we can see our top of descent is 47 nautical miles away. Now we go back to the map and we click moving map. And I'll just tidy some of this up. Should be able to see where we are and where we need to go now. The application is called Aviasoft. It's an EFB. It's a really, really powerful application. If you join our Discord, you probably should see the link in the description. Myself or Rob can talk you through it, but it's absolutely brilliant. Top-notch piece of kit. Does an awful lot of information and planning as well with it. So turn these off, actually, the anti-ice, before we melt the wings. So Aviasoft, they've got a free trial. So go on and their website, have a look. I think it's a 30-day free trial. I mean, I wouldn't fly without it now. I mean, just to bring it to a head for a second. This EFB tells you top of descent, so brilliant for the Airbus A320, which doesn't do that at the moment. Gives you an awful lot of information to work with, so I really like it. So top of descent is coming up in 21 miles. Little tip for you. When you get close, you'll get a pink circle come up. All you need to do at this point is dial down your altitude to 0. And the aircraft will descend on its VNAV profile as and when it's ready. Just bear in mind, you need to manage the speed, which I keep forgetting. Okay, so top of descent now, 13 nautical miles away. The EFB profile is telling me top of descent is 24 miles away, but obviously they've got their own calculations for each app. So you'll see that the VNAV path is now come up on the PFD in white. So that's ready to log on to the path. You'll see you've now got a top of descent indicator coming up at the green circle. Within 5 miles or so, you'll get TOD in here, and within 2 miles, it'll start flashing to tell you about its descents. And then you'll get the little snowflake come up on here to show you where you are in your descent profile. The 50-knot tailwind pushing us along. So you'll see the snowflake coming in now, and you'll also see top of the descent flashing, and there it goes. So it's a little bit aggressive at first, just bring the speed back. And now if you look at the EFB, it's now got its own profile telling us we're too low. Shame it's all that cloud about. Rhodes looks beautiful on the approach. I'm not the best at landing these things, so don't take the mickey out of me when I bounce it down the runway. I need to get used to it. What was that about, mate? You put I about messed up something. I don't know what that means. Oh. You don't want to be doing that. I got you now. What are you flying? You in the Airbus or you in this one? It's just that the CJ4. Okay, cool. I do love this little thing. Wow, okay. You got the CJ4 to go 0.91 Mach. You must be having a hell of an overspeed warning. I get problems after 0.77. Yeah, no, I still fly the Airbus. It's coming along nicely. You probably know I'm one of the QA testers for the mod for Airbus as well, and I'm also one of the moderators there. I do love the Airbus, but I must admit I do love this little CJ4 as well. Even though I do bounce it along a bit. Okay, 14,000 coming down nicely and just approaching the start. Right, so Rhodes 620. Let's have a quick look at this. Got Rhodes. Is that Rhodes 10? I don't know what that one is. Clear that one, I think that Rhodes 10. That's better. It was there was a bit of a mess on that. It was going to the airport, so that's now going to go a nice curve round and back down. Oh, 0.74, that makes sense. I did the Airbus 2 nights ago on a shared cockpit and we had a malfunction and we just dropped out the sky. We just nose bombed and cartwheeling and barrel rolling and doing all sorts, just crashed into a forest. There was nothing we could do about it. Just manage that speed so we get to 50, all right. Yeah, I'm using the same version. Okay, and landing lights on. To make sure they've come on. Yep, they have. We can see with the blue line in the background that we can see the ILS. And we're not going to switch over to that until we're aligned, and we'll just use the nav button to change frequencies over from the GPS to the ILS on nav1. I get what you mean. 0.9.1 isn't the Mac, it's the version you're using. Sorry, I misunderstood you. Got you. Okay, we'll pop on our anti-icing. We're just about to go through the clouds. Temperature was... Oh, actually, we're okay, I think. No, we're not. We're +3, so we'll pop that on. Oh, that's a good flight there, bud. Okay, so transition and... I've still got inch. I need to work out how I change this to... I need to message the guys, because on the video they've got Q&H on here now. So you'll see our next constraint is 2,500 across here. Let's bring a little bit of speed brake to bring the speed back a little. Yeah, cruise at 40. That's good, that is. Bit bumpy. Well, that speed brake's a bit overactive. So we're just going downwind at the moment, and we'll turn base in about 8 miles. Not that you can see anything. What I find is the ILS is pretty, in terms of the LNAV, it's fine, but in terms of your vertical, it's not. So I tend to take over the descent with the vertical speed button. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. See the little snowflake slowly coming back in again to carry on descent. The approach plate, we have an intercept of 2,500. Okay, so what we'll do now is we're coming back in. We'll click the button here to change it into ILS. We'll now establish our LNAV. We'll hit our approach button. So we'll now see what we've got approaching green, which is your lock. And you'll see you've got your glide in white. Okay, and we'll go flaps 1 and we'll drop our speed to about 160 knots. Or flaps 15, apologies, not flaps 1. So the diamond's just coming in now for the glide. Hi Josh, yeah, it's called Aviasoft. It's an AFB. If you want to join my Discord description, the links in the description, I can sort of show you it working there. It's absolutely brilliant in terms of its capabilities. Okay, speed is holding lovely at 160. We are currently, why is it not giving me my track miles? Well, it's 7 miles, so gear down. Thanks for posting that, bud. There's a free trial on the website as well, but you'll love it. It's absolutely brilliant. Let's keep our speed. The outer marker. No, I don't think you can. It needs a server to run on your computer. Rob, Flight Sim Today, I stream with a lot, has got 2 computers. He's got it on the server on his main Flight Sim, and then he's got another computer displaying the charts and stuff. Okay, we are 4 miles, just about, are we? Let's have a look. Oh, quite liking the ships and the boats. Full flaps full. Two white, 2 red. Okay, we just need to make sure we don't drop below the VAP speed. Let's just start to drop a little low now, according to. So we'll probably take over in just a second. And our speed is just dropping off. Just need to watch the speed.
Autopilot. Minimums.
Okay, spoilers away, flaps up. Welcome to Rhodes. We'll just bugger off down to the GA area. It's another good-looking piece of scenery if anyone's ever been on holiday here. It's Rhodes. The GA area is just at the bottom. What you can actually do on this EFB is if you click taxi and type in the stand you want to go to, it'll actually draw you a map. But I won't do that today. It's just sort of showing you. We're going to go to Kilo 1.
flight arrived successfully.
Thank you for the little bit of. Right, let's turn this off. There we go, guys. Welcome to Rhodes. Nice, as I say, nice bit of payware scenery. It's on the sim market. I think it's €20 or something like that. From Just Sim. Again, guys politely donated me a copy to show everybody. It's very nice. All very good. Thank you for watching. I'll probably call the stream there, and we'll be streaming tonight. I think we're doing. I can't even remember where we're going. Let me tell you, because we've got some new scenery that's come through that we'd like to show you. So we're staying in Greece, and we're doing Santorini tonight. So we've had Santorini come through, so it'd be nice to show you that. Apart from that, I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday, and we will speak to you soon. Take care. Bye. Oh, what time we're flying tonight? Will probably be about 9 p.m. We normally go. That's what time my missus goes to bed, mate. She goes to bed about 9, and then I'm allowed to come and play. So, yeah, it'll be about 9 p.m. But you can fly with us if you want to, Darren. Feel free to join us. More than happy with that. But I'm going to call it now, and so speak to you all later. If anyone wants to chat, just carry on in the Discord. Cheers, guys.